Hey guys, Adrian Donovan here. My channel name is Flip Don't Flop. In this video, we are going to be doing some online arbitrage unboxing, and hopefully we won't have any flops and just flips. Stay tuned, let's find out. Alright guys, we have an absolute ton to unbox here. I've been saving these up for about a week or so. I would say there are probably about 35 to 40 to unbox. And as you can see, I haven't seen any of these. I don't know what's in them. I know, of course, the types of pairs that I've been buying. Again, hopefully there aren't any flops or very few flops. And they're mainly flips. So, let's see what we got here. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into them. So while I'm unboxing these, I'm going to kind of go over what I gave for them, how much I think I can sell them for, as well as if they are as I was expecting, considering the listing details. And the first pair looks like we have a pair of Gucci. This is a pair of like moccasins, loafers, slip-ons. And these, they even have the little like hardware there that says Gucci. They're like a purple patent leather. This was a really nice find. I did pay up for these a little bit, but these are brand new, so I was okay with what I gave for them. And everything looks as it should. Good quality materials. Stitching is clean. The cut is clean. The serial number looks legitimate, as well as the sizing and everything. If I can get the insole back in here without damaging it. Get in there. Okay. The person definitely could have boxed these up and shipped them out a bit better, because it's literally just an empty box with the shoes thrown in there. It's not exactly what you would expect, considering I gave $75.65 total. That includes shipping and tax and everything. And considering these are brand new, can price these quite high. I try to price things as fair as I can, all the while making it to where it's going to move pretty quickly. Just kind of checking for like any kind of defects at all, because if I have to list them as new with defects, it's going to of course affect the price a lot. Not only that, but it's going to deter somebody from buying them. They don't like new with defects very much. Making sure that they are both the same size, which they are, 39.5. That's something like you definitely need to look out for with, honestly, like buying any pair of shoes, but especially new ones. A lot of times they will be mismatched. Especially like if you're like in the thrift store, you always need to be like quite cautious of new pairs. Yeah, these look excellent. I don't notice any defects to them. The patent leather uppers are in excellent condition. So back to like what I think I can sell these for. Pricing them fairly, and considering what I gave for them, I would probably say I can get $250 around there for them. I think that'd be a pretty fair price to ask. Which of course, I look up comps before like trying to acquire these pairs, because I need to know like what my threshold is as far as how much I'm going to give. I mean, of course, I could price them a lot higher, but I'm trying to move things quickly. Could maybe squeeze 300 for them, like on the top end. Of course, they don't have the box. If they had the box, then you can get a lot more for them. They don't have the dust bag either. As you see, it's just the shoes themselves, nothing else included. Because with these higher end shoes, like anything additionally that's included, like a dust bag, the box, kind of scrolling through, I'm not exactly seeing the exact same pair that I have, but I have had this pair before, this exact same pair. I've bought and sold this exact same one on a couple occasions. Actually, this is actually the one that I bought, so that's not going to help me. I'd say, yeah, 250, 300 on the top end. So, to play it a little bit safe, I'm going to put into the sheet 250. And like after the eBay fees of $22.50-ish, I do promote my listings, and it really depends on what it is. I usually promote on like online arbitrage 2 to 3%. That's about all I'm like willing to give. You shouldn't really need to promote more than that on these kind of like higher end pairs. So after eBay fees, like an estimation on the promoted fees and the shipping and the item cost itself, left with a profit of approximately $140. So that's pretty good. And again, that's selling them for like $250, which I think is a bit on the lower end. Might be able to get them for $300 if I'm willing to be just a little bit more patient on like them selling. So yeah, first one is a pretty good find. And the next one we have in a padded. And I can tell what it is here. This is a pair of Stubbs and Wooten. It's a pair of like kind of smoking loafers, like beige, and they have like a nice little thing here on the front of like palm trees. Look to be in excellent condition. Judging by the condition, it seems like they've only been worn probably a couple of times. I do see a bit of discoloration right there. With it being fabric, it's a little bit harder to clean out, but I do think we can clean that out fairly well. We do our best to clean the shoes up, especially with the online arbitrage, trying to make it look as good as possible. Okay, and there's some discoloration on the toe there. A little bit of like blue discoloration. Some more discoloration on the side. All in all, these are in excellent condition. I must say, like, it's a pretty good find. They are both the same size. They have like no defects that I can tell that would make them unwearable, unsellable. They do have a little bit of an odor to them. Not of smoke, some kind of like mold or something. So I'm probably going to like wipe these down a little bit more than the usual pair and kind of air them out to get that smell to kind of go away. Of course, nobody wants shoes that have any kind of odor to them. Let's see what I gave for these. With Stubbs and Wooten, some of the styles can sell really, really high. Like $200 or so, $150 is not unheard of to sell Stubbs and Wooten for. Maybe if you have like a limited edition model, you could sell them for more. I don't normally sell Stubbs and Wooten that high. Usually if I price them that high, they just sit and sit. So I usually try to sell them for about $100 to $150 at most, depending on the condition, the size, because the condition, of course, is a huge factor when pricing. The size is as well. With these being size 7.5 women's, it's a great size. It's really common size. So I gave $64.15 for these total. Put that in the sheet. So with these having palm trees, it does make them pretty unique, pretty sought after. They are in really good shape. I'll have to kind of see how well this discoloration cleans out. Fabric can sometimes be kind of tricky to get it to clean up. And especially this blue discoloration on the toe. I don't think that's going to go away, unfortunately. But we'll see. Considering if they clean up pretty well, I think we can probably sell these for close to $150. It's a pretty nice pair. They're overall in great shape. I'm going to say let's do it at $150. Okay, so with the eBay fees, the promoted fees, the shipping, and the item cost deducted, we are left with a profit of just over $60. So we're going to pretty much double our money on these. With online arbitrage, my goal is to double the money. If I can do more than that, perfect. But to be honest, it's a little bit hard to have so many pairs where I double my money or more with online arbitrage, because of course a lot of these are bought at auction, so the market kind of determines what they want to give for it at that time. But giving $64 for these was really good, because I know with a bit of patience I can sell these for $150. Let's go ahead and get to the next pair here. It's a really small padded envelope. And I think I know what this pair is. Yep, okay. Okay, this pair is another pair of Gucci. This pair is a little bit more on the vintage side. They do have the GG right there. They seem to be overall pretty good condition. I'm definitely going to be bending these, because I have seen a lot of the times where this type of sole will crack to pieces. Seems like it's fine. There is a bit more heel wear than I would like on these, which is a little bit unfortunate. We do have a cobbler that we do business with pretty often that we use to fix heels and polish shoes and etc. But I don't think they are bad enough to get them fixed. We normally only would get the heels replaced if it kind of necessitates them being wearable, which is not the case with these at all. Now this pair, considering how old these are, they're in pretty good shape. They do need some edge dressing around this part, because there is some wear, especially at the toes, which is to be expected. So, just going to put some edge dressing, clean the footbed a bit, and they will be ready to be sold. Let's see what we gave for these. I think I gave around $60 total for these. Now this pair, with them being flat, you can definitely get a pretty decent amount of money for them. With them being the older style GG, they're probably only really worth about $130, $140 maybe, is what I'll probably expect to get out of them. More modern Gucci, of course, sells very quickly and very high, but at the same time, it's like really difficult to find modern Gucci because it normally gets bid up way too high for me to even consider buying because just the profit's just not there. But I'm totally okay with like paying $64 for these and selling them for like 130, 140 because I know these will sell quickly. It of course is summertime. I have bought and sold pretty much the same style of Gucci, like flip flops, and I think I normally sell them for 130, 140. These are size 6.5, which is a pretty good size. So that leaves our profit at $41 approximately, which is a little bit lower than what I try to shoot for. I will, however, make an exception when buying OA if I think it's going to convert pretty quickly, which all Gucci does. I will pay up a bit more for it, and I will accept a bit lower margins because I know I'm going to be getting my money back quickly. So I paid $65. I'm going to get back the $65 plus an additional $41. I'm okay with that because I would expect these to sell within 24, 48 hours, maybe 72 hours, somewhere around there. They're going to sell quickly. Next up, another envelope, and this one was like pretty much already open. And we have another pair of Stubbs & Wooten. So these have a little bit of toe damage. If you can see that, like right there. Maybe not. It's not that bad. It's not bad enough for me to really be concerned about it. Hopefully the other shoe doesn't have any toe damage. No, it doesn't. Okay. This is actually quite a bit older model of Stubbs & Wooten, and considering their age, they're in good shape. These are actually narrow width. They're 10.5 narrow, which I try to stay away from narrow width, but if I can get it cheap enough, I will get it. I especially try to stay away from narrow width with men's shoes. Men's narrow width really does not sell well. I would have to get it really cheap to want men's narrow width because I know I'm going to probably sit on it for a while. I gave $55.37 for these. So again, we are doing the palm tree theme again, and these are like a palm tree monogram, which is kind of cool. Again, it is kind of an older style, and they are a narrow width. With those things being considered, and the bit of like wear to the heel, we actually will take a lighter and kind of burn around the fabric to make it a bit more even, and you'd be surprised, it actually can make it look a lot better. We may also take some sandpaper and kind of sand the sole down a little bit to make it a little bit less dirty and just a little bit more clean. I will probably sell these for about $120. With all those things considered, I think $120 is kind of appropriate. After fees, promoted fees, shipping, and the item cost, we will be left with about $42 in profit. It's not bad at all. Stubbs & Wooten does convert fairly quickly if it's a nice style. And this is a fairly nice style. So I'm okay with paying $55 and getting back $42 plus my original $55. Next pair we got in a pretty big bag. It feels like it might be a pair of men's shoes. Let's open her up and see what's in it. Nice. Okay. Okay, this is a pair of men's vintage Gucci horse bit loafers. This is really like kind of an older style. Just checking again real quick to make sure that it ticks all of the boxes for me as far as being legitimate. This is an old pair, but the construction is really top notch on these. The sole is like stitched in. It has a pretty thick wooden midsole. Really good quality shoe. It's definitely a pair that you could wear for many, many years, and somebody already has. A little bit too much, unfortunately. Especially on this one. Looks like the person like had a bit of a kind of a side step to their walk. Because the left heel is worn a bit more. It's not worn enough for me to necessitate getting him fixed. I do see there is a bit of discoloration. If you can see that. Probably, yeah, I think you can see it. It's a bit of discoloration right there. This actually may be a pair that we take to our cobbler because there's more discoloration like on the side. These kind of do need polished up. We can polish these ourselves, but the cobbler only charges $5 to polish, and he of course has more powerful tools to do so than what we do. These are definitely like genuine. Such a good quality shoe. Really good quality shoe. I gave, let's see, I paid $87.47 for these. Once I get these polished up, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the heels on these. They're not bad enough. Once I get these polished up, and these are a good size too, by the way. These are size 12. Nice gold hardware. I don't see why I couldn't get 200 for these once they get polished up. 200 should definitely be pretty easy. So we're going to put 200 in the sheet here. So the item cost of $87.47, and I'm going to go ahead and add in an extra $5 so it can cover the cobbler polishing these up. It leaves us with about $80 in profit, but this is a pair that's going to sell definitely under a week. Men's Gucci sells extremely well. Alright guys, next up we have a box here. At least this person kind of did a good job of wrapping these up. Because so far, they've just been kind of thrown in there with nothing to protect it. These are not in that good a shape so far. This is a pair of Salvatore Ferragamo horsebit slip-on loafers. They are like a suede material, which I try to avoid because suede, it shows everything, unfortunately. Not only that, but the heels are worn down quite a bit. So you may think, oh, this sounds horrible, which it is a bit. However, I got these for really cheap at an auction. I got pretty lucky. I think it might have been an auction that was ending sometime like really late at night or sometime like really early in the morning. Just some kind of time when there likely wasn't very much traffic on eBay, which that actually is quite advantageous for someone like me. I gave $36.41 for these, which is about as cheap as Salvatore Ferragamo horsebit loafers are going to cost you. So, kind of went over the heel wear and the suede wear. There is one more thing about these, and that is that they are kind of a bad size, and that's a bit of an understatement because these are size 6.5 but they are 3 wide. It's a very small men's size. However, I have had fairly good luck selling smaller sizes of men's shoes with Salvatore Ferragamo and with Prada. Don't know why exactly, but considering what I gave for these, I'm totally okay with it. With them being such a small size and in the condition they're in. So, provided we sell them for $100, that's going to make its raw profit is approximately $43. So we will more than double our money on these, which is excellent. Moving on to the next one. A really nice pair of Prada. Nice pair of Prada that has the Prada spell out on the side. This is like a wedge loafer or like pump heel. They seem to be in pretty good shape. I also normally try to avoid buying patent leather as well as suede, but I will buy it. I examine the pictures even more thoroughly. Because of course patent leather, it shows everything. And these even come with a dust bag, which is awesome to see because that means we can sell them for more. Checking the other shoe. For being patent leather, they are in superb condition. There is a bit of discoloration on the footbed there, which is really common. And we're just going to take a magic eraser and a little bit of leather honey, and we're going to kind of clean that footbed up a bit to make it look a lot better. We gave $42.80 for this pair. They're a good size. They're 7.5. They're in excellent shape, especially being patent leather. With Prada, I really try to get the ones that have the Prada spell out, or anything that indicates that it's Prada. With them having the dust bag, you can pretty easily price these up an additional 20% or so. That's what I normally do compared to like if it doesn't have a dust bag, 20% or so, depending on a few different other factors. But I think I would probably sell these for probably $130. Should be reasonable. Which leaves our estimated profit of $64 on this pair. So yeah, a really good find. Paid $42.80. I'm gonna sell for $130 and gonna profit approximately $64. Really good find, and we do sell product quite fast. And the next pair, we are over halfway through this first set. Okay, looks like a pair of John Varvatos. Let's see, yep. This is another brand that we really like to acquire. This is John Varvatos, and they are handmade in Italy. This pair is, at least. A lot of them are made in China. I will buy the ones that are made in China if the price is right. This pair is really beat up. You can see there's a bunch of cracks in the leather. And the toe is coming off. They're definitely in disappointing condition. These are also a small size 8.5. It's a shame because they're actually in okay shape aside from the cracking on the side, but that's a really bad eyesore. And polishing them up is not going to do much. It is going to help them a little bit, but not much at all. And it's just the right boot that has the cracking. The left boot actually is in pretty decent shape. It could use a polishing. And the midsole is like kind of cracking a little bit from use. We would have had to have got this pair for really cheap. For these to not be a flop. Alright guys, this pair is definitely a flop, unfortunately. And it seems like the order has already been complete. In the pictures of the listing, you can't see like all of the cracks and the leather. And they also did mention that. And they also have them listed as size 10.5, which is not correct whatsoever. They're size 8.5. So these unfortunately are a bit of a flop. We did pay quite a bit for these. Looks like we paid $64.20 total for these. I am going to go ahead and get these polished by a cobbler just to make them look a little bit better. That's also going to make them convert a bit faster, being freshly polished by a cobbler. Considering the condition they are in, I can't see getting more than like probably 100 to 120. They are a small size. The leather is cracking quite a bit. I'm going to also have the cobbler fix the toe. It's something that he would do free of charge, fix the toe. So it's only going to cost us an extra $5 to get these polished up. But it's going to make it to where they sell, I think, faster, or maybe sell at all. So I'm going to say 120. That puts our profit at $30 on these, which is quite low. That's definitely lower than what our target is. However, this is a pair that we would have normally returned, considering they were not as described. But since they've already been auto-accepted in the Poshmark system, we have like contacted Poshmark support about this in the past, especially because sometimes they seem to like auto-accept it before the 3 days. That's not the case with this one. Looks like it was accepted like just after like the 3-day grace period, but this is just going to be one of the ones that we're going to like average in to like everything. But they are definitely a bit of a flop, unfortunately. And going on to the next one. Pretty small box. We have a pair of Prada, like T-strap sandals with the Prada spell out on the bow. The footbed is not in the best shape. It definitely will need to get cleaned and polished. There's also a bit of heel wear, not excessive. They're overall in good condition. And let's see. They definitely are authentic, you can tell. They're good quality. Just a bit dirty, need cleaned up. Let's check the other one, huh? Yeah. You can see there's definitely a bit of damage to the footbed. The leather just kind of got a bit dry, I would say, and it kind of cracked a bit. Gonna have to definitely polish these and try to make that a little bit better. We gave $51 for these, size 6.5. Considering the condition they're in, I'll probably only sell these for $100. I think even at $100, it's maybe a little bit high. But we do sell sandals really well, of course, this time of year, the being summer. Even with like the footbed wear and the bit of a heel wear, I think $100 should be pretty appropriate. Estimated profit should be about $30 on this pair. It's a bit low with them being like Prada, like spell out sandals. They will sell fast. Even in this condition, they'll sell pretty quickly. I'd say like a week or under that. So $30 profit, it's not too bad. Let's move on to the next one. See what... Next up, we have, look out of there, we have a pair of Salvatore Ferragamo lace-up sneakers, like a high-top sneaker. What kind of makes these interesting is that they actually have genuine horsehair, all right there and all right there. They have a bit of heel wear, not too excessive. They also need polished up. There's some scuffing around the heel. Footbed seems to be clean, free of damage, as well as the back of the heel. It's a really common place to like see some damage in the back of the heel. The toes are in pretty good shape. Not too beat up. Yeah, these are actually in really good shape. Kind of cool. They have like kind of snake embossed around like the rim. It's a really nice pair. And I'm pretty sure I bought these on eBay at an auction. Let's see what we gave for these. Here they are. Gave $57.73 for this pair. Which I'm totally okay with, because I know I can sell these fairly high. And I forgot to mention, these have like Salvatore Ferragamo spell out on the side, which of course makes them a lot more attractive, a lot more appealing. Once we polish these up, I think I could probably get close to 150 for these. I don't see why that wouldn't be a problem, because they do have some genuine horsehair, quite a bit of genuine horsehair. One thing to look out for, like with the horsehair, is that pretty often there's going to be some bare spots from wear. These, thankfully, they don't have any bare spots at all on them. The suede is in overall pretty good condition. There's a bit of suede on the side. Once they get a little bit of TLC, they're going to be in great shape. They're already in pretty good shape. I'm going to put 150. I think that's pretty reasonable to sell these for. It's going to leave us with a profit of about $70. So, all in all, quite a good find. Alright guys, we're kind of getting to the end of the first one here. There's only 2 left. Some interesting packaging. It's another pair that was bought from Poshmark. Not sure what's going on here. It's like something is stuck. Something is stuck in between like the fabric upper and like the sole. It's weird. To get that out. Actually has it on both sides. What in the world's going on with these? I don't know what in the world is going on with these. They have like something sticking out of the sides of both shoes. Aside from that, they're in an excellent condition, actually. Everything quality-wise checks out. Definitely a legitimate pair. No question. And what makes these pretty interesting is that they're like horse bit monogram, which is almost as good as GG monogram. Let's see what we gave for these. So we gave $56.36. So with Gucci, ideally, we try to find ones that have some sort of indication that is Gucci, like horsebit monogram, GG monogram, the snake, the bee on it, like the red and green stripe. They also have red and blue stripe. We pretty much look for like ideally any pair that has some kind of indication like that says it's Gucci. It just makes it a lot more desirable. These are, like I said, a horsebit monogram. They are in really good shape. Need to like remove that little piece on the side because it definitely is not a part of the shoe. It's like something got kind of lodged in there. I think we can pretty easily sell these for $130. Which leaves us a profit of around $50. So all in all, really good find. And the last pair of this video. Pretty big box, pretty heavy. And it's covered in duct tape, which is a bit of a pain to get into. We have a pair of the original car shoe, which is a company that is owned by Prada. So these are made like in the same facility where Prada is. So the quality should be pretty similar. And a lot of the styles are kind of similar too. It's a pair of like kind of tan ankle boots with some tassels in the front. These definitely need polished, no doubt about it. And this is a polishing job we're going to leave for our cobbler. A bit of wear to the toe. I see a few spots with some discoloration, which is so common with these lighter colored shoes. The heels are in pretty good shape. They're not too worn. The heels don't need replaced. Checking the other boot. Also in pretty good shape. Again, definitely necessitating them being polished. what's extra nice about this pair is that not only does it come with the box, but it comes with a dust bag. It comes with the replacement heels. And it has like some original paper in it still. It's pretty much the complete package of what you would be looking for. And these even have the original price on it still. You can see $3.95 original price. Believe it or not, we bought this pair total for $29.61. Now, the original car shoe, even though it is made by Prada, owned by Prada, it does not sell as well or for as much as Prada, but it still does sell, and I still will try to find it. It was actually a pair that my wife got. Because we both shop online arbitrage every single day. These, they definitely need polished, but that is totally fine because being in them for only $34.61 total is fabulous. Now what we can sell those for. The original car shoe, I normally price it probably 20 to 30%, depending on style, lower than Prada, just to kind of get it to move. With them having the box, and once they're freshly polished, they have the extra heels, and they have a dust bag. I think about $150 for this pair, since it does come with all those items, and it has it's an interesting style, and the inside is clean. I think about $150 for that pair should be doable, leaving the profit at this pair at about $90, which is very strong profit margins. Definitely happy about that pair. So we covered 12 pairs so far. And let's see what our estimated profit is on those 12 pairs. That puts our estimated profit at $730. Now there is one important thing that I actually forgot to add, and that is the shipping cost added on to these pairs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly so we can get an actual closer estimation on the profit. Okay, a closer estimation on the profit is about $840 on these 12 pairs. That is definitely quite strong, if I must say so myself. That puts it at an average profit of $70 per pair profit. And we gave $701 for these. So we paid $58 per pair on average. And they will sell for about $155 on average. So paid $58, sell for about $154, and we will profit about $840 total, which again was like $70 average each. Quite strong. This is definitely the kind of model that we try to emulate. That each time we look for online arbitrage, we try to double, if not more, if possible. Again, if we think it'll convert quickly, we will be okay with a little bit less margins. But I think that pretty much is going to wrap this video up, guys. If you like this, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video.